Howdy folks, welcome back to Boondockery. And it's been a long time waiting, but I'm finally here at my secret fun spot. And today I have the French Individual Reheatable Combat Ration menu number 12 to review and share with you. Before we get things started, I just wanted to reiterate that this was a gift from a subscriber and he wishes to remain anonymous, so I'm going to keep it that way. But even though I can't say your name, I want to thank you very much, and I can't wait to delve into this. Let's break this thing out. I have never had a French ration. My buddy John Walsh, he shared some Russian and some Korean rations with me, but other than those, this will be my first foreign ration. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look. First of all, let's take a look at the packaging. It essentially appears to be a cardboard box, medium duty, and sealed in cellophane. All of the descriptions of what the contents are and everything that's on this is in both French and English. And it is good until 29 December 2023. Let's see if we get that wrapper off of there. That's a pretty decent box. It is sealed. Right through here. Bring it out, let's take a closer look at it, at the print that's on it. Okay, you should be able to see it all now. This is all in French, and this is in English. I'll go through the contents here in just a second. Now the box has sort of pull tabs on either side. So we'll go ahead and pull those. I'm going to try to do everything as it was intended, and that may go against my grain in some regards, but we will see. Well, it doesn't go anywhere from here, so we'll have to, I hate being all tattered and torn. I'm going to keep that in decent shape. Okay. Oh, look at here! Looky here. Now, before I start pulling this out, I'm going to go ahead and go through the contents real quick. We have ready cooked dishes, Pela, Strasbourg, sausage and pasta. And we have a starter, which is bourre pâté, soup, processed cheese, salted and sweet biscuits, coffee, tea, chocolate, muesli, isotonic powder drink, nougat, fruit jelly, an energy bar, chocolate bar, jam, packet of tissues, a reheating kit, and water sanitizing tablets. It's a little scratch there, so I couldn't make that out real well. It has, this whole box has 3,600 calories, and has 20% fat, 64% carbohydrates, and 16% of the proteins of your required recommended diet. And this was packaged 17 June 2020 at 12:50 in 16 seconds. It's NATO approved. All right, now let's sort of take these things out. And I've never done anything like this for a foreign review, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this or not. So here we go. We have muesli. We have a soup. We have that must be the Isotonic sport drink. And it appears most of these things look like they're items that you could actually purchase in a store. And we have strawberry. I'm assuming this is probably the jelly. Yes, that's the jelly, strawberry jelly. And this looks like the Pela, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correct or not. But the Pela Strasbourg. Oh wait, no, this is the Pela. That's a different entree. Oh, I thought they were a combined thing. Oh, here we go. This is Saucisses de Strasbourg Pâtés, and it looks like some type of sausage and pasta dish. And this looks like the Beverages, and we have chocolate there on top, and it appears to be tea on the back. We'll open that up in just a second. We have an energy bar, and this must be the nougat bar. Oh, tissues. And we have some pate, and I have no idea what it says from there. It's a pate de Saint-Gruyère en cognac. We'll see what that's all about. And we have fromage fondue à bleu. So it's probably a blue cheese fondue cheese. And oh, that right there is the nougat. And a banana combat fuel bar. And those appear to be little wafer biscuits. Those must be the sweet biscuits. And we have Biscuits de Champagne. And oh wow, there's appears to be several packages in this box. And this is the reheating kit. We're going to lay all this out and take a closer look. This is everything laid out, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the biscuits and the beverages to let you see those real quick, and then I have to divvy out my 3 meals for today. I haven't had breakfast yet, so we'll definitely start off with the muesli and whatever else I think will go with breakfast, and we'll divvy out lunch and then supper. Now these are the remaining items that were packaged. I'm just going to go ahead and open these up. This is the hot beverages. And it appears we have some tea, some sugar, oh, another packet of sugar. We have 2 packets of salt and pepper. I like the fact that they included pepper, and the amount of salt looks like an intelligent amount of salt. Now, they used to give you a huge amount in my sea rations. Okay, this looks like another tea. We have 2 packets of 100% Arabica instant coffee, and 1 packet of hot chocolate. Let me put these over here, and let's take a look at these biscuits. Again, this has a similar opening to the main box. On the main box, this little tab here was not cut at all, so I had to cut that off, but the box is actually reclosable. If I would have left that on there. This one definitely is. So let's take a look. Wow! Apparently the French like their biscuits. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packets of biscuits. And this one here is chocolate. This looks like it's the salted. I'm going to separate those. With 2 more salted, our salés, another chocolate, another chocolate, and I haven't got a clue what these are, but it's not chocolate, it's not salted. We got those. Move those right over here. Now this is the thing that's really intrigued me. I've seen these on other people's YouTube channels, and this is not Esbit brand. It doesn't appear, either that it's been repackaged. But this is the Reheating Kit. And this little bit of moisture that's out here today is very humid. It's already gotten that box sort of soft. But there's the stove. Excellent. They give 6 heat tabs. I was very curious as to how we were going to be able to heat all this food with these. Looks like there is a small bag, which is very good because you don't want your heat tabs or your used stove to be touching any of your food. This is water purification tablets. There's 6. Right there. A packet of matches with notable French landmarks on them. This is a packet. I don't know what those are. They're meticulously machined. Oh, these are toothpicks. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Here we go. Got toothpicks, but look at these. Every one of them looks like they've been lathed out. They're fancy toothpicks. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh, those are cool. And I am assuming that this is probably a handle for the containers to be able to heat them up on the little stove. This is what I've decided to go with for breakfast. I'm going with the MX3 Extreme Mixed Muesli Energy Breakfast, chocolate flavored. And I figured out that these are cereal biscuits and chocolate biscuits. And on my cereal biscuits, I'm going to have a little of the jelly, and I'm going to have some hot chocolate, some coffee, and finish her all up with a Combat Fuel banana flavored energy bar. This is what I decided to go for lunch, and 2 packets of salted crackers to go along with my fromage au bleu, and a packet of chocolate biscuits, and another cup of coffee, the Pela for my main entree, and I'll have some soup, a nougat fruit bar. I figured out that this was a chocolate bar, and a energy bar, and this is coffee flavored. Now this is what I've decided to go for with supper. I have both my teas. One is mint flavored, so I'll have that after supper before I go to bed. I have cereal biscuits, salted biscuits, and chocolate biscuits. An energy drink to help me recover from all the walking and hiking I'm going to be doing today. I have the boar pate and the saucisses de Strasbourg, sausage with pasta. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the stove, and following the directions that's on the package here. Looks like these are going to be going upward, and then these fold up to meet the sides. Look at this nice little stove. Now I'm going to keep this intact when I put it back in my pack, because I think that bending it back flat will weaken it and cause these items to break off. That's a pretty dandy little piece of kit there to be included in each one of the meals. Now I'm not going to use the stove on this rock with the moss on it. I'm going to move that over to the sand in one of the rock shelters that's nearby and actually heat my water up with that. And I'm going to try to use these matches with it. I have no idea. Well, let's just take a look at them, see what kind of matches they are. And, if they're just like regular matches, I don't know how well those will work with igniting solid fuel tabs. Okay. Yes, they just look like a standard match. But we'll give it a try. And I always have other means to ignite the solid fuel tabs just in case the matches fail. Let's go ahead and try these out. They pop pretty easily right out of the package, which is nice. And I'm going to try setting it up like that. See if I can get the match up underneath of it. And I'm just going to heat up 12 ounces of water, because I would say each one of those beverages is probably a 6-ounce serving for the coffee and the chocolate. Now I'm going to go ahead and double up on the matches just to be on the safe side. And we'll try one on the back side since I have a whole box. It looks like it is lighting, so that's good. I was a little concerned with these little matches being able to do the job, but apparently they can do the trick. Well, let's go ahead and get some water on there. It seems to be stable enough to support the weight there. I wasn't able to get the 12 ounces of water to come to a boil with one fuel tab. It took about 1 2/3. So I put another one in, blew it out, so I want to save the remainder for later just in case I need it. We'll go ahead and I want to try the hot chocolate first. And I'm certain my water is going to stay hot long enough for me to finish that up with my coffee. And normally I would probably put my coffee and chocolate together. That looks right about half. However, I want to enjoy each one of these items individually just to see how ooh la la they are. Okay, let that set for just a minute. Ooh, that's rich. That's good. Okay, I'll get some water in my muesli here. Now this is a prepare in the package breakfast. It can be served hot or cold. And I'm going to opt for cold, simply because I would be out of fuel tabs for the remainder of the meal or the ration should I attempt to use all that I would need to boil enough water for my muesli and my beverages. So the directions say stir this. Oh, it smells really good. You definitely can smell the chocolate on that. Getting all the little nooks and crannies. And once I have it stirred, set for 5 minutes, which will be good because I want to try some of my other stuff. While I wait. And we'll put that right there. Now I'm going to try the chocolate biscuit. Okay, well, just tear it down the side. Oh, already broken off a piece. Now there are a lot of biscuits in this ration. I like biscuits, cookies, crackers, but there's a lot of biscuits. Get a little hint of chocolate there. Very subtle chocolate flavor. Very light, not overly sweet. Yeah, those are good. Let's try the cereal biscuits with some jelly, some strawberry jelly. Let's see how ooh la la these are. Ooh, nice. Let's see this real quick. Just real quick. That is some good strawberry jelly. That's very good. A little more here on the end. Strawberry jelly is absolutely fantastic. We'll try the Combat Fuel Bar with banana. Kind of looks like peanut butter fudge. Oh, definitely has a good strong aroma of bananas. Very nice texture, soft. A little bit of crunchiness in it. The flavor of the banana doesn't taste artificial at all. Well, that's exceptional. Let's try my chocolate. Just off the spoon, it's very good. Very rich aroma. It's a medium chocolate. It's not a dark chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate, but it doesn't smell like that really overly sweet milk chocolate. Oh wow, that is very delicious. Excellent. I know it hadn't been 5 minutes, but we'll give this a quick stir. Give this a little taste too. It doesn't really have the aroma of chocolate. Very good. It has little chocolate nibs and nuts and things like that in it. Let me see what you can see there. Oh yeah, that's very good. I'm going to go ahead, finish all this up, bring you back with my cup of coffee, and tell you what I think of this breakfast. Well, my first thought of the breakfast was that's a lot of food. That is a lot of food. It's not particularly heavy, it's just a lot. And if you're used to sitting down with a big old bowl of biscuits and gravy and some fried eggs, this might not be all that bad. I mean, as far as the amount of food goes, and it's definitely not heavy, but that was a lot of food. Now, the cereal or the energy bar, the banana energy bar, was outstanding. Generally speaking, I don't care for a lot of things that are banana flavored because it tastes artificial, and this actually tasted like real bananas. It was very good. The hot chocolate was exceptional, very good. The muesli, the energy muesli, fantastic, excellent. The jelly was surprisingly delicious, and this package was perfect for the package of 2 cereal bars that I used to eat it with. And I think that this size and the style of the packaging, because it's sealed low on one side and just has a very small opening on the end, so you can create these little worms of the jelly very easily. It's very easy to manage. The consistency of the jelly was excellent. It wasn't runny, it wasn't dripping all over everything. So that was absolutely fantastic. I would love to see the United States military switch to packages for their cheese like this. Instead of having one large package of cheese, put 4 to 6 of these in there, and you can put a variety of cheeses in there. That right there, it was surprising in its quality, its flavor, and the package design. And the fact that this one packet was perfect for the package of 2 cereal bars, that's impressive. I mean, that's them thinking there. It's using your noodle. I like that. The chocolate biscuits were perfectly fine for this breakfast. Completely unnecessary, but they were excellent. Very light hint of chocolate. They were not overly sweet. They were nice just to add a few more calories, some more carbohydrates into your meal. Which brings us to le café. Not a fan. It's remarkably weak, and I measured out pretty accurately 6 ounces of water. If this was me, maybe I'll just put 4 ounces in the next cup I have, but the flavor, just not really that great. I'm used to more robust coffee. I like, every morning I have Cafe Bustelo or I have Ubon, and they're much more rich, darker flavors. This, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. It's drinkable. In retrospect, had I mixed the hot chocolate and the coffee together, it would have been so much better. It would have been really good. But I'm going to choke this down because I need the water. I've got a lot of hiking I'm doing today, so I need to be hydrated, and I definitely got a really good start on my calories. I'll bring you back when it's lunchtime. Well, folks, it's lunchtime. Now, I'm doing my French Reheatable Individual Combat Ration review, while I'm also shooting my Secret Fun Spot exploration video. So I don't know which one of these I'm going to shoot first, but let me tell you, if I do the ration video first, you have to make sure you check out the exploration video, because I am seeing amazing things. And because of the terrain, because of the environment, it's whooping my butt, and I am in dire need of some calories. Just a real quick reminder what I'm having for lunch: chocolate bar, nougat bar, energy bar, soup, paella, 3 different types of biscuits, some bleu fromage fondue, and this lackluster coffee. It's caffeine, right? But right off the bat, before we do anything else, I'm going to eat the energy bar and at least taste the chocolate bar because my calories is running low. Let's try this energy bar. Looks pretty good. Now, that's one thing I've noticed about all of the individual items that are in these combat rations, are they all look like they're packaged in things that you would find in a grocery store. This looks almost identical to the banana bar that I had earlier, the banana energy bar. This is good. It tastes, well, the texture is almost like you're eating a Fig Newton. It's got a crispiness in there. And don't really detect oh, there it is. A chocolate hits you at the end. You don't really notice it when you're first eating it. So, energy bar, that'll be gone here in just a few seconds. Now, the chocolate bar, which is this. A little bit of blooming. Yep. A little bit there on the end. The sides. Yeah, a little bit of blooming. Now let's try it. Not a good texture. Very hard and dry. Really have to chew it. The flavor's good. The texture, not so much. The flavor's actually, it's a dark chocolate. Great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and gobble these up, and then I'm going to break that little stove out and see what we can do about heating up some proper food. Now in the reheating kit, there was this plastic bag. Now, when I first saw it was all folded up, I thought it would just be something that you would store your stove and your heat tabs in to keep it from getting around any of the food products. But by the looks at it, there's like a little attached string, and it's pretty decent size. So I'm thinking either this is for garbage or le poop. And so I don't know which, but I'm certain you could use it for either one. So anyway, there's that. Now, where I am, the breeze has really picked up, and thank you, Jesus. I'll tell you right now, it was so hot climbing up here. So I'm very appreciative of the breeze. It feels fantastic. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for the Esbit stove, but fortunate enough for me, I brought my windscreen. So I'll get things started up for the camera, and then I'll be able to put my windscreen around it so I can get the most out of those heat tabs. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with soup. And this particular soup is potage Creole. And as you can see, the directions are a little scuffed up. So I'll try to decipher that best I can. I'm thinking this isn't going to be any more than maybe about 4 ounces of soup. I'm going to try it at about 4 ounces, and if it needs more I can always add it. But being Creole, I bet you this is spicy. Now, I'm anticipating that soup's only going to be about 4 ounces. I don't know, but we're going to try it light and then move up there. And I know that the coffee wasn't great at 6 ounces, so I'm going to have it at 4 ounces as well. We'll go ahead, get that water boiling. Hopefully it will only take one heat tab this time. And we'll go ahead and see if we can get this to burn with this wind. It's coming and going. It was blowing very nicely. I was deeply appreciating it a few minutes ago. These matches are unusual in that the match heads have different amounts of the phosphorus stuff on them. Just put her in there so you can see those. See how they're different amounts. So maybe not the highest quality control goes into these. Who knows, maybe they just pick them up at the local tavern. I'm going to go ahead and just try 2. See if we can get that lit. Breeze is picking up again. We'll see what happens. And the matches went out. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to set the windshield up, get it lit, and I'll bring it back. I was finally able to get it lit, but only with a lighter. And even with the windshield, the wind's still knocking around a little bit. So as soon as I got it to a good burn, I immediately had to put the cook pot on it. And I just checked it a moment ago. I'll check it now because apparently the wind is getting a little heavier. So let's see if it's continuing. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my fondue and my salted biscuits. I'm going to set it for you real close so you can see it. And during transport, after I repackaged everything, got a couple dents in it. We'll see how much of it we can get out. And because I'm sitting right beside the fuel tab stove, I'm getting a wonderful aroma. Let's see here. Yep, lost a piece. We'll just go with what we got. Of course, I'll pick that up here in just a minute and wipe it off. Let's check out this fondue. Ooh, looks heavenly. Now, ooh, that's nice consistency. Very nice. Let me try just. Oh, wow. Oh, that is made with blue cheese. I love blue cheese. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. It just melts in your mouth. Oh man, I could eat this with a spoon. I wouldn't even need any crackers or the biscuits. Try a little bit on the biscuit. That is fantastic. One thing that I learned to eat as a snack when I was in England was blue cheese on digestives. McVitie's digestives. Absolutely out of this world. This is what that reminds me of. So I'm going to love this. I'm going to go ahead, eat a few more of these, check on the water, see how it's going, and as soon as it's soup, I'll bring you back. So, just to remind you again, here's the soup. And I'm only going to use 4 ounces of water. See how it goes at first. If by any chance I have to sacrifice more water, that's probably better for the coffee. Pour this in here. Smells interesting. Didn't really smell spicy at all. About 4 ounces here. Yeah, that's about 4 ounces. Give it a good stir. Now that was only 1 heat tab, so the water is warm, that it wasn't boiling. I wanted to have 1 more heat tab for my entree, and I also have hot beverages for this evening and an entree for this evening, and they only gave you 6 tabs. So I really wanted to do this the way that you're supposed to with the ration kit. Now granted, I am using my own cook pot, but they didn't provide a cook pot. It's very thick. It's still pretty clumpy. Get some of those broken up. Now I like a thick soup, like a stew, but I also like a nice brothy soup. Either way it goes, it's going to work for me. Let's see the texture of this real quick before I taste it. It looks like there are some chunks of something in there. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Bon appetit. Can't distinguish the aroma. I can't identify the flavor. It doesn't really taste like anything that I'm familiar with. The thick texture is good. It really needed to have boiling water, and probably a little bit more water, because those little clumps aren't little particles of something that's in the soup. It's soup mix that hasn't been reconstituted. And I'm going to go ahead and eat this just the way it is. I have a few more of my biscuits and cheese with it, and then we'll break out that entree and heat it up. Now before we start that entree, I'm going to give this coffee a second chance. Half the amount of water that I used before. Only 4 ounces of water. There's my spoon. And again, I wasn't able to get the water to come to a boil with a single heat tab. So this is going to be warm, like the soup was warm. The soup was very pleasant, by the way. I liked it pretty well. If I knew the soup was going to taste like that at a restaurant, I might order something different. But right now, I am very hungry and very much in need of a lot of calories. So that soup really hit the spot. And I think had I had boiling water, even with the 4 ounces I used, that would have been sufficient enough to reconstitute those smaller little clumps that were still left in there. Yeah, let's try it. Now that isn't half bad. That's excellent now. Yes, 4 ounces of water instead of 6. Definitely did an amazing job. And since this is warm, let's go. Love me some caffeine. Now this really goes against my grain. If I were to be doing this for me, I would be putting this into a container over a stove, and I would boil this to heat it all the way through. But the way you're supposed to do it with this style of meal is you just open it up to vent it. Get your heat tab going, put it right there on top, and let it go. The only thing I see this doing is scorching everything on the bottom. And if you remove the lid, then all of your heat is escaping. So I don't like this method whatsoever, but this is the way you're supposed to do it, so this is the way I'm going to do it. Well, since this goes against my instincts and against my grain, I'm just going to let it do its thing and eat some cheese and biscuits while that's running through its course. I'm just going to let the heat tab burn out, and then I'll be able to try that handy dandy little handle that they have for the cans. Oh, this stuff is fantastic. Best part of the meal so far. Very nice. Okay, we're going to see what happened. Well, again, I don't really care for that, but that's the way it goes. Oh, check that out. Check that out. Ooh, looky there. Isn't that cool? Isn't it cool? Yeah. Get rid of this. And now, I'm going to check, make sure it's okay. It's in frame. Let's see how bad it turned out. Well, doesn't look too bad. Looks a little burnt on this side. Let's go ahead and delve through it. Oh my gosh. That is not scorched at all. Oh my goodness. That blows my mind. This has got all kinds of awesome. It's got sausage, shrimp, it's got beans, rice. I have to bring this in and let you guys see this. This looks really, really good. Look at that. Whoop, spin a little bit. Don't want to do that. Now, moment of truth. We're going to have to try that. Now this is pretty warm. So I've got both my gloves up underneath of it. It looks like most of the beans and meat are on one side and the rice is on the other. It's a small container. This could be next to impossible to stir that up properly. Got some peas in here as well. Let's go ahead and try one. That is very good. I think there's some chicken in this too. This is fantastic. And it's perfect temperature. Perfect temperature. Never in my wildest dreams would I thought that, for one, this would not be scorched, and two, that it would be evenly heated all the way through. This is very, very tasty. It's outstanding. I've never had anything like this before. I'm going to have to learn how to make this. This is fantastic. It reminds me a lot of my jambalaya I make. I'll have andouille sausage in there, shrimp, crawdad tails, ham, and chicken. And of course with the rice and all the other good stuff that goes in jambalaya. But it's very meat heavy. This is absolutely fantastic. Lunch has been fantastic. Breakfast was good. Lunch has been fantastic. And I still got more stuff to go. One more little piece of rice. Man, that was fantastic. I do stand corrected. There were one little tiny scorched spot there. But as you can see, there's no food attached to that scorched spot. So that didn't affect anything negatively whatsoever. That was a lot of food. Now I still have chocolate biscuits and cereal biscuits and a nougat bar. I'll try the nougat bar, but there's no way in the world I'm going to have room for the biscuits. Do have a little bit of cheese left, but I think I'm just going to eat that with my spoon. I'm stuffed, absolutely stuffed, but I have to at least try the nougat. Feels sort of soft. From the images on the outside, it reminds me of some Brock's candy. I can't remember what it was called, but I used to get every once in a while at Grant's department store when they had the great big bins of Brock's candies and you bought it by the pound. And that's what it looks like on the package, it reminds me of. That's sort of pleasant. Let's give it a try. That's very good, and it's not little jellied candy things in the nougat. That's actual fruit. There's dates in there, maybe currants. Dang, that's good. I'm going to have to hop on the old eBay, see if I can order me some of these from the Le Francais. Dang, that's good. And it's kind of pretty. It's kind of pretty. Wow, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Well, lunch was absolutely amazing. I liked everything. The coffee with a smaller amount of water was good. The soup, if I would have been able to bring the water to a boil, I think the soup would have been perfectly reconstituted, but the flavor was good. And if it would have been a little hotter, it would have definitely tasted better. The paella, and of course I may be pronouncing every single thing I've said about this ration today. Sorry. Don't speak French. I just barely speak English. But everything was absolutely fantastic and very, very filling. After breakfast this morning, yeah, I probably could have laid down taking a nap right now if it weren't for me having so many miles to cover to get back to my vehicle. And I'm still not even finished with my exploring yet. So I've got at least another hour of that to go, and then heading back to my vehicle. Yeah, I'd be taking some time to take me a little siesta. But wow, so far this meal has been absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to try supper this evening. Okay, just a real quick review of what supper is. We have, this is the boar pate. We have saucisses de Strasbourg, pates, I don't know. It's basically sausages and some pasta. It looks like some vegetables. We have again, whatever, I think it's pate, I don't know. Spelled exactly the same way, except it's a fruit bar. Have regular tea, mint tea. We have salted crackers, cereal crackers, and chocolate crackers. Of course, none of them are crackers, they're all biscuits. And something my body is in dire need of right now, an Isotonic sports drink. Okay, folks, time's ticking and the clock's against us right now. I got here from my secret fun spot after doing my recce of the secret fun spot, and I'm whooped, and it's just been a very long day. So I'm not going to be able to enjoy a nice leisurely supper like I wanted to. I don't have the lighting equipment to be able to do this stuff at night. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to go ahead and heat up those sausages and pasta exactly the way we did at lunch. And we'll get that going. I'm going to drink that Isotonic beverage powder because my body needs it right now. I'm hurting. Okay, let's do this thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Not as much breeze right now, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for food, unfortunately for me, because I'm dying here. I'm dying. My other match went out. Oh, we got it. We got it. It is lit. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get this going. There we go. And we're going to set this right on that flame exactly like we did for lunch. And hopefully this will work every bit as well as the lunchtime meal. I am truly sorry for rushing this, folks, but we're not too far from sunset. But this is my Isotonic beverage powder, and it smells fantastic. It tastes good, and I know that it's going to provide my body what it desperately needs right now. I got a lot of bugs in it, but you know what? I flat out don't care at this point. Oh, I only put between probably about 9 ounces of water in here. I think this easily could have gone a whole 16 ounces. It's quite potent. But it tastes fantastic, and oh, I can't wait till this stuff starts making its way to my muscles. And, that hike today was pretty extreme. I would say I did a minimum of 14 miles today, and my body is saying, "What were you thinking?" And my body's not happy right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and break open the pate and some of the biscuits, salted biscuits, and try that boar's pate on those biscuits. Now, this is my boar pate, and my salted biscuits are in shambles. They are all broken up, so I got the largest piece I could find. Now, looks like canned ham. It doesn't look like pate at all. Look at that. It's solid. It's not pasty like I'm used to. It smells good. Doesn't really a hint of pate, but not what I'm used to. I'm going to go ahead and try a little bit of the pate by itself first. Wow, that it cut like meat. Flip that over there. Yeah, there's a very unusual quality about it. Doesn't look like pate at all. I mean, let's taste it. I'm getting a little more of that liver in with that, but there's a lot of, there's got to have pork in this, or boar meat, I mean boar pork in there, because I can definitely taste and feel the texture of meat in this, and it's quite good, quite good. I'm going to try it. I don't think it's going to spread well. Hold on just a second. Okay, we're going to try spreading it. Okay, here we go. Try spreading without losing it or breaking the cracker. No, it's just sort of like flaking apart. You can't really spread it. But that's what it looks like. It's good. It's very, very good. If I get all of this boar pate in me, and all of the sausages and pasta, I'm going to be out. That's just it. That's going to be history. It's over. Yeah, it sounds like the entree has heated. Let's take a look. Well, let's try our saucies de Strasbourg. This is a pretty dandy little lifter. I kind of like it. Get that out of the way. Now, get this going a little bit. Here we go. Because I remember the lunch entree was quite hot. Yeah. Right there. You see all the pasta. It reminds me a little bit of Spätzle, or Spätzle. And that's exactly what it looks like to me. And there's a little wiener. A sausage. It looks like there's some carrots in there maybe. Looks pretty good. Well, we'll go ahead and change the camera angle and I'll taste it. Now I'm going to use the same eating method that I had for lunch, and have my glove under it as like a pot holder. Use my other glove because that lunchtime meal was hot. Try some of the pasta first. Buttery. It's definitely taken on the flavor of the sausages. Let me see this a little bit better. But the pasta is very delicate. Definitely reminds me of Spätzle's. And try a bit of the Frank. That is extremely flavorful. The exterior of it's very firm. The interior is very soft, sort of like you'd have with a Vienna sausage. But the exterior is a little more firm. And that's very good. Let's see if there's anything else hiding in here. Again, it doesn't look like it's scorched at all. There is some brownness in the bottom of the tin, but None of the pasta, it doesn't appear that any of the sausages have been scorched whatsoever. Now, I'm going to go ahead and eat this as quickly as I can, enjoying it as much as I can so that it can be finished before dark. On second thought, I can eat that in the dark. I just can't film in the dark. So I have one last thing that I need to eat from this fuel ration. And the one thing that I've really enjoyed about this whole experience is the fact that I'm actually using the fuel ration while I'm in the field. And so I was exercising big time today. I was really pushing it as much as I possibly can these days. But still, those calories came in very handy. It was like close to 3,600 calories for this, 24-hour ration pack. It was like, that's a lot of calories, but I'll be perfectly honest with you, I burnt up a tremendous amount of calories today. So I think that for now on, any rations that I do, it's definitely going to be in the field. As far as I know, everything I've done so far, I've been in the woods. But I want it to be while I'm really doing something. And as opposed to just coming out to the woods and eating food. So here we go. This is a little fruit bar. I've been picking ticks off right and left since I got to my semi-permanent camp. I didn't have a single one on me at the secret fun spot. But man, they are voracious right now. Oh, it looks like candy. It looks like one of those orange slices or similar type of jellied, gummy sort of sugar frosted confection. I can't really smell it. Well, let's see how it tastes. The texture is exactly like an orange slice. Not the actual orange slice, but the candy orange slice. I don't know what kind of fruit this is, but it's very tart. I really, really like it. I love tartness. Cranberries, I absolutely love cranberries. Anything that's really tart, like as far as wines go, yeah, you can have your Chardonnay. Yeah, you can have your Merlot. You can have your Chateau Le Chateau. It's wine. But if I drink a glass of wine that I actually really enjoy the flavor of, it's going to be a Muscadine. And I know right now, if you're a wine connoisseur, you're like, oh, you drink Muscadine wine? Yeah, I do, and I really like it because it's tart. I love to drink cranberry juice because it's tart. And I love this fruit bar because it's tart. This is good. I'm glad I saved this for last. That's exceptional. I am going to need to wrap things up because that sun is literally, the bottom of it's right on the horizon. And would have maybe 15 minutes max. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. I absolutely had a fantastic time trying this ration and actually trying it in the field under field conditions, because I didn't have, until I got to my semi-permanent camp this evening, I didn't have any place to really eat. So it was sort of like, well, you make do with what you got where you are. And so that, I thought that was really neat. All of the menu items were fantastic. The soup probably was the least impressive, but had I been able to boil the water, it probably would have been much better. And but it was still good. And I really enjoyed this. The food was fantastic. And to my subscriber, thank you so very much for ordering this for me and sending it to me. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I deeply appreciate it. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.